Sometimes I want to self-sabotage, you know? Let's get into wedding updates. I have not tried on my dress. Things that we are not doing. Very, very old dresses. I actually can't open it right now. I went here. Take my anxiety. I'm the cutlet queen. Dinner.
Hi everyone.
We're off to get a lash lift. It's you and me, get your snacks and get ready to lock in. Oh, few pleasures hit as hard as a freshly done lash lift. First time I've went here in a long time. I wanted to do my face with the things that I bought. Between the last vlog and now, I've literally been to Malaysia and back. And my plan was to edit the videos that I had kind of ready to edit, but my laptop did not leave Cork airport security. So the universe had other plans for me, which did not include working, which was probably for the best. It was a great trip. We were there to see family, but it was emotionally and physically quite a lot of work getting my dad all the way there. But I'm home, the weather is good, and I'm ready to get back into the vlogs. I do have some wedding confessions to make and some updates for you. I told you that there wouldn't be like a crazy amount of wedding content, and that still stands to be true. This may only be the only update I do between now and then, because we literally get married in 2 months. Zero lead up time compared to most people getting married online and sharing the experience. Really haven't been super impressed with anything that I've gotten in the last while, but I did get this road glazing milk right before I left. Okay, I'm gonna use that much. Feels nice. I don't love the smell. Whatever stuff they use, definitely not loving it. But whatever, I prefer things to be unperfumed. But I have no sort of basics palette. Makeup by Mario, the Masters mattes in the neutrals, and this is the one that was more cooler toned. There it is. Take a shot every time a YouTuber says something makes their eyes pop. This probably won't be the base that I use for my wedding, but I needed a new like everyday something. Your skin look better. I watched a lot of TikTok reviews comparing all of the sort of light coverage slash tinted moisturizer products from that category. The Makeup Forever consistently came out on top, which is great because I love Makeup Forever. This is the Super Boost Skin Tint and I got the shade 05. Bringing you in. Gonna do like a few. Actually, I think I may have used a little too much. You can kind of see skin evening effects. I haven't put any on my forehead, but I feel like it matches pretty well. And this, I have no explanation for this other than I've been wearing a lot of SPF. Ooh, that was a satisfying squiggle. But I stayed in the shade pretty much the whole holiday. Maybe means my frontal lobe has developed. Now, since I've been getting back, it's a bit of a different story because that out there is kind of unavoidable. I will hopefully adapt as I get a little bit darker. One product I didn't get to come home with that I'm really gutted over because I cannot find it anywhere online in my shade, which I think is a testament to how good it is. But I found a concealer that I love, and I don't think I've ever truly found a concealer that I've loved. But the Natasha Denona one, it's not even that full coverage, but it's so beautiful and I need it. The Natasha Denona concealer sized whole void. On the way to the checkout, I did pick up Max Fix Plus. I felt like in the run up to the wedding it would be necessary. On my lips, I've been using Max Cool Spice a lot. Just a neutral cool tone liner. It's funny that I hate editing makeup tutorials now because that's how I started. I was like second generation makeup guru. Call to action, if anyone has the old formula from 2 years ago of Gen G and like, sell it to me. Glossier concealer will have to do. Raspberry Beret by Merit. I don't really feel like wearing too much blush today. Okay, and then the situation with my eyebrows. When I was on holiday, I put a story out saying, do I grow them out here and now, or do I keep them thin for getting married? The overall consensus in my DMs was, you guys like my natural brows better. I know this, I like my natural brows, but I just needed a change. But I do like it. I do think it makes me look a bit more feminine. So we'll be going for an in-between. Focus on growing them back now, and then closer to the time, I'll just polish them up a little bit. Okay, last step, a little bit of powder. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent. And the whole powder and puff life is very new for me, but I do like it. I use it mainly under my eyes just to mattify, but then I always get a little sad because I do love a kind of a shiny side. Definitely will be using this powder on the day because I used it on the day of our registry office wedding and my makeup didn't budge. I was crying and things like that, and I didn't get that weird streak. And I find this little mini one lasts me ages. This shade just along my lash line. Oh, they're as soft and buttery as I hoped they'd be. There you have it, updated everyday face. I'm glad we had this little makeup catch up because it kind of feels like redemption for the Korean makeup / skincare haul that I did. I bought like 10 products. I waited 2 months for the stuff to come and I ended up actually not enjoying most of the products, unfortunately. But the 2 things I did like were this. So if you are doing a Korean makeup haul anytime soon, the Can Make Mermaid Skin Gel UV. It's kind of the highest one you can get, and it's literally, this one is the clear one. It goes on super thin. And then the other thing that I really loved was these CM correctors. I don't have much use for the brightening one. It honestly comes out almost white under my eyes, but the corrector is really good. And I got the compact versions as well. I just bought a bunch of correcting stuff because I really wanted to get my under eyes down and find like my perfect under eye corrector, and the liquid version of the CM one is what I was looking for. Literally the smallest dot on both eyes. It spreads out a lot and it just helps a little for a pre-concealer. I actually had it on before I started all of this, I just forgot to say. So if you use a tiny amount, it's very skin-like and it doesn't look like a layer of makeup at all. While we're on recommendations, I do feel like I've found the perfect t-shirts. I try a lot of t-shirts, but I don't recommend a lot of stuff. But a win for my short torso girls. My boobs, waist and hips are all within like a hand span of each other. So getting the right proportions for a t-shirt for me, it's tricky. But this one is from Weekday. Sleeves are also really stretchy. Yeah, I thought I'd show you because number 1, it's what I'm wearing today. Number 2, my husband kept complimenting me and I thought, you know what, the girls need to know. Weekday are killing it. I also got this off-white tee, so very much a refreshing my basics makeup and clothing wise. I just need to take a work call and then I'll be back to talk all things wedding. Finished with said meeting, let's get into wedding updates. Hasn't been that stressful so far. Like, yes, there's been moments of contention and problem solving, but it's mostly problem solving because we're not having like a package wedding, you know, with a hotel where everything is planned and they have like in-house florists and catering and all of that, and it's to a degree straightforward and you might have to find your own band and DJ and all of that kind of stuff. It's actually been okay. It's actually been quite enjoyable. My Virgo moon has enjoyed the challenge. So far we have the venue, obviously, which does come with a few challenges, mainly being catering because there's no kitchen per se. So that has only been kind of sorted and cemented this week. I was not really that impressed with the catering options in Cork, and also it was very expensive. So I guess was starting to come around to the fact that it may just be very, very casual on the food front. But lo and behold, I find that anytime I'm looking for a creative or a particular person with a skill, I just stumble upon them somehow, some way. The universe sort of like puts them in front of me. So I do think we have a caterer that I am so pleased with that makes the kind of food that I love. So think Four Horsemen in New York City or Braun in London, like that kind of vibe, but it has come in cheaper than your standard caterer and it's what I want. So we were able to kind of work with this chef and create a really beautiful menu that is still within our budget. And there's not a ton more to plan just because I do have a wedding planner. It's more of a wedding coordinator, but I'm also using her resources and her styling services a little bit as well, all in the same package. Something cool and non-traditional. So I guess I'll go into the stuff that we're not doing, that following other people that have gotten married that have really done things their own way. So inspiring, like Jenny Claffey is one of them. Like I remember when she was planning her wedding and she was talking about all of the things she just didn't want. Even though they're tradition, even though they might be sort of expected, she created a wedding day that catered to her and her husband's sort of likes and their personality. To say is, we are self-funding this wedding. There is no money coming from parents, none of that stuff. I really believe in spending within our means and creating an event with what we have. Like at the end of the day, the people that are there are people that we love so much, that care about us so much. They're traditions that I kind of wanted to ditch, but they're also cost saving traditions to a degree. You're not doing a formal sit-down meal, which tends to be very common in Ireland or Irish weddings. What we're doing is a flow of light courses that will just come out almost as part of the entertainment as it's ready, but there'll be no kind of formal sit-down thing with like a seating chart and all of that kind of stuff. One of the first things I actually secured are getting great cocktails. Like I'm talking like the best cocktails you can get in Cork. Even though our budget is probably a third of what the average Irish wedding costs, getting a lot more than we thought. And I think it's good to be resourceful, and I've always had the belief that when you have a bigger budget for something, it's not always better. And I think that we're saving a lot of money by not going down a package route, because you can actually see where every euro is going and you're directly communicating with suppliers as opposed to having like a middleman. So I'm just sharing that because it is very disheartening when you do hear the price of weddings. We're also not doing brides and grooms parties, so no bridesmaids, no groomsmen, no best man, maid of honor. The timing is maybe a bit unusual. Our ceremony starts at 5 p.m. because, again, weddings are just too damn long sometimes. And we really wanted to feel like a evening soiree, you know, a summer evening. It's going to be bright out till pretty late as well. So, oh, what else? I'm not having a videographer. Don't particularly want one. I get so emotional when I watch other people's wedding videos, but it's just never really something I wanted. I don't know, I personally want like lots of candid clips and iPhone clips, and I'll probably edit something together myself. So I don't know, I didn't need that sort of like dreamy wedding photography thing, and I think they're insane prices anyway. We are also saving money on like photographer because a friend is doing it for me, so I really lucked out on that. Immediately saved thousands there. Florals, also won't be spending a fortune on florals. I would love to get maybe 3 arrangements or just like lots of individual flowers dotted around. Honestly, the venue is so beautiful, it doesn't need a lot of fluffing up. Like it doesn't need a million flowers and like all of this styling. I kind of just want the venue to shine as much as possible. Oh, and I have bought my wedding dress. I don't know if I told you that yet, but I do have clips from when it arrived, like the week it arrived. It must have been 2 months ago now, so I may look a little different. I don't know, I haven't seen the clips in a while. Here's the thing though, I have not tried on the dress since I got it. So I was honestly just like a little scared. I'm sure that will send a type A person into a tizzy, even for me, and it's an interesting choice. But number one, I haven't gotten a chance to. Number two, because I'm not doing a dress shopping experience, I want to make a bit of a day of it with my mom. And we've just been so preoccupied with this Malaysia trip and other stuff and just lifing really hard and being really busy. I just haven't had a chance, and I was honestly just like a little scared. I do feel like I need an extra person to try it on just because it is really delicate. Somewhere where I have surprised myself is I have 2 outfits. I have a ceremony dress and I do have something a bit more fun to change into. So I'll slide those clips into the vlog shortly, but just know since then I have not tried on my dress. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't like a small bit nervous 2 months before my wedding. Not hiring a band, things like that, or a lot of those kind of vendors, I guess, like photo booths, stuff like that. We're not really doing any of that. The hardest bit really has been the guest list. I think every single couple runs into this. It doesn't really matter what your head count is. There's always just going to be points of contention and people that can't come. Well, that's the bit that family members get involved with the most too, and they take it so personally, and they want people there that they would personally invite. This kind of mental back and forth with trying to keep people happy, but ultimately listening to your gut and remembering that it's your day. It is definitely the yuckiest part of planning a wedding, and I think we're over that now. Also ditched the invites, no paper invites, nothing like that. I created a website on Squarespace actually just as one of their regular customers, no freebies. I'll give you a little like preview of the kind of landing page. But yeah, Squarespace coming to the rescue again. Didn't even plan this segue, but hey, while we're here, Squarespace is the sponsor of this video. If you are in need of a website, maybe this time it's a wedding website, do check them out because they are the all-in-one platform to design any kind of website that you need. So whether it's one like that or something like an e-portfolio, an online store like my own loversunday.com, squarespace.com, or just a slice of the internet where people can find you or your services. They will have you covered. Choose from their professional and responsive templates to suit your needs, customize them, build them out with all of the features that you want, like exclusive memberships and members only content for you to make more money in 2025. The idea of Squarespace is that you can do it all yourself at home. Beginner friendly, no coding required, but if you do need any assistance, their 24/7 support team is always there to help. So many of you have started your own Squarespaces through my link, so long may it continue. The link will be down in the description if you want the 2-week free trial to play around and see how you like it. And also just type squarespace.com/Tarmar and it'll get you there, and the code Tarmar will get you 10% off all future billing. Let's run it back. Let's rewind to the day that I got my wedding dress. I am going to try it on soon, I promise. My wedding dress is in here. Yes, I know, my wedding dress. The after outfit, like the party outfit, is in here. It cost so much money and it just feels so unsubstantial, you know, but I'm so glad it arrived here safely. It came via my trusted mail lady Debbie in the States. She is like family and she still takes care of all my mail. As a content creator, you look at these pivotal moments in your life sometimes, or I think there's an expectation of turning everything into a moment content wise, and I'm definitely not like that. I feel like I live a very grounded real life and I don't live for content moments. It's just they happen and I record them the best that I can, but there's lots of lovely things that I do in private, and it's not all out there. The thing I show you guys is what I'm comfortable showing, but I have a whole other part of my life that isn't online that's the most important part. But I think weddings kind of fall into that. They kind of can feel like a bit of a content trap, and oh, I'll just make the next year all about wedding content. And here's the thing, a lot of people hate it, but a lot of people get new followers from it. And I think it's so warped. Like, you're probably just gonna get everything in one video. As you can see, I bought my wedding dress. I actually wanted a vintage dress that was in the Met. I toyed with this idea with getting almost like a slightly more modernized, but almost identical version of that dress. And I liked it because it almost looked like a 2-piece top and a long skirt, but like all together it did look like a dress, and I thought, oh, that would be nice to just have the top part and be able to rewear the top and the skirt as separates or on special occasions and things like that. The longer I thought about it and the more that I queried with dressmakers, here's the thing, like with vintage silk from the 40s and the 50s, I just don't think they make silk like that anymore. Almost like an antique looking silk, and obviously when you buy it fresh, you're just not really going to have that kind of vintage aspect. So I ended up ditching that idea. The idea that I would go through this whole process of getting the dress made, of going to multiple fittings in Dublin, of doing the thing and then not liking the dress at the end. Like that, the thought of that killed me. So one of the first things that I ever designed, I remember it so vividly, like the reason that I wanted to become a clothes designer. I think I was in maybe like 4th or 5th class. I specifically remember I had a whole copybook of wedding dresses that I had designed, like in pencil. Like the sketches were so good, and it kills me to not know where that copybook is. I have a very soulful connection to certain objects, certain people. Energetically, I can just read things very, very fast if something is a match for me. And that's what I felt about this dress. When I saw this dress, I knew it was the one. Specifically when I found the seller. There's a very specific seller on Etsy, and when I say I loved everything this woman was about. Her whole business, in my opinion, is an art form that not a lot of people are able to do to her level. Like, there's a lot of vintage shops that are selling vintage wedding dresses, especially in America, where there's a really good collection. However, she really lovingly restores them, and I think she's got a bit of a vintage soul. I chatted to her quite a bit, and I can tell that she has such a gra, which is love in Irish, for rescuing and restoring and repairing these very, very old dresses. I bought myself a 100-year-old wedding dress. I do think I know what would suit me, but you know, I also have never tried the dress on. Things could still go wrong. I actually can't open it right now. I don't think I can show you. I feel like I have to save this for the day. Packaged it so beautifully. Etsy sellers come through. Look at this. A little Vivian, Elise, I will leave it down below. Real silk in incredible condition, considering It was made during the Great Depression, which is also a weird thing because this dress is so, it's simple, it's elegant, but it's also got so much intricacy. And to have this level of intricacy for a dress made during the Great Depression where there was so little resources and the average person did not have the money to have a nice wedding dress, and for it to just still exist after all these years. The color is perfect. God, guys, I know this dress is the one. I'm gonna show you the color. It's this beautiful, buttery, almost touch of golden, antique silk. Beautiful old Hollywood luster. Pull this up for myself in the mirror. I don't want to show you guys. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Oh my. Because look, one thing I do want is to keep you guys guessing. Assumptions that I'm going to wear something crazy and ugly, and I hate to disappoint you, I'm going to look fab. Never saw myself as a two-dress gal, but in hindsight of this being an antique dress and I want to keep it in condition, I thought it was wise that I don't wear a 100-year-old antique dress to an afters where I'll be drinking and like enjoying myself. This is so stunning. Definitely going for fun, a little bit sexy for the after. I know it's kind of frustrating not showing you anything, but I just kind of want to document this excitement, and I'll see you in the next update. Fam's all here, fam's all here. I just took my phone out of my pocket and a white feather was stuck to it. Oh, this really straight guy is interesting, is he? Wow, he's really standing out from the crowd. Okay, so I'm saying it right now to manifest it in the 3D, but my property, one day, when I get to buy my own bit of land or house or whatever, it's gonna have a pine tree or several. I've been saying it to my little world for a long time, that that's how I know I'll have found my home is it's going to be marked by beautiful pine trees. It's a non-negotiable between me and the universe. Time to commune with the trees, which sounds a little bit like take my anxiety, take it away. Obviously we come to the trees, they give us the gift of support and groundedness, and they help us cleanse our energy and let go of things when we don't feel like we can cultivate it on our own. What do the trees get from us? Energetically, when we touch them and connect with them, they feel a sense of euphoria. They get like an energetic jolt of joy. Do with that information what you will. Have a moment to appreciate the piece of labradorite that I got. I just found it in the car because I left it in here, and look how the light is just trapped inside the stone. Hello, birdie. Okay, I missed them in peak bloom. They're just about starting to die off now, but look. These have popped up, which flowered so much last year, and these dahlias look to be getting on okay. This plant, not so much, RIP. I saw this last time I showed it to you. Now imagine me coming home after 2 weeks and seeing this. The peonies look like almost different varieties. Like this looks like a different style of leaf to these ones. Lovely and leafy, so hopefully we'll get some flowers. Look at us, 1 year on, still chaos gardening strong. It's been so sunny since I got back. I have to say I am a week for this glorious summer weather. Giving myself some lunch, by the way. Got a day old croissant. Turn on the tap, run it under water, put it back in the oven for like 5 minutes. Come out steamy, like it was just baked. Spicy Irish cheddar. It's not that spicy, but I do love like a spicy mayo egg croissant situation. I have a leftover croissant, you ask? Well, I was in Filter Coffee in Cork yesterday. Almond croissants were looking pretty good, and if you've been here since COVID, you will know that my primary breakfast diet consisted of almond croissants. These ones reminded me of the New York ones. So even though I don't really have much of a taste for them anymore, I was excited. I was looking forward to eating this croissant the whole way home. Decaf coffee to go, the whole 9 yards. My coffee and my little something sweet, you know. Get home, come to find out it's a plain croissant. First world problems. But can we just have a moment? It was disappointing. Isn't that always the way? I find that anytime I've ever put out into the universe, like I want to be healthy, I want to, you know, eat good, things like that will happen, little derailments, or you'll order a takeaway, order won't show up, or the restaurant will cancel it, or the place you wanted to get takeaway is closed. Like all of these annoying things will happen. Sometimes I want to self-sabotage, you know? Anyway, I have to take my word for it that the mayo is under there. Crucified the croissant, to be honest, but who cares when the view is this good and the skies are this blue. I'm the cutlet queen today. I've been missing La Cantine and I saw this recipe and I think it came out pretty good. Obviously yet to assemble the rest of the meal. So beneath this pooling mess of goo is a beaten chicken breast, tenderized, whatever you want to call it. Egg wash is egg wash and hot sauce. All I had was a bit of Frank's buffalo, then dipped in panko breadcrumbs, was heavily seasoned as well. And then I just did a little bit of olive oil spray and then you bake it. It came out super crispy. Drizzle on it, which is a mixture of melted butter, a little bit more of the Frank's hot sauce and honey. So it's kind of a sticky, sweet and spicy. Don't know, I show you these things in case you're bored. And this week I've been doing these cauliflower steaks because I'm lazy and it just requires one chop. In a bowl you mix a dash of soy sauce, a dash of Worcester, a splash of sesame oil, a quarter teaspoon of red miso paste, and then you just kind of drizzle it over and it makes the most tender umami cauliflower ever. It's not going to be an aesthetically pleasing dinner, but it is going to taste good. Lazy gal things, my favorite carrot chia salad from Aldi. Really easy to make yourself, by the way, if you just look up the ingredients. Broccoli sprouts, high nutritious, easy green. You can throw it on the side of any plate. Like it with some balsamic vinegar. And then I'm not too impressed with this. This is also from Aldi. It's not very flavorful. Wait, I got it just to try, even though I knew looking at it I could make better myself. I feel like I'm at the Whole Foods hot and cold bar with this one, but here is dinner. Quite a lot of raw components today, which I don't usually do. I have like a smaller proportion. It just kind of upsets everything down here. If you're somebody that bloats after eating like healthy food, i.e. salads and lots of raw stuff, just cook your veg. Just have warm and cooked vegetables for a month. I promise you will heal your gut, you'll heal your IBS. It will do wonders for that. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Taste test. Kind of want to share what I got up to in Malaysia. Honestly, while I was there, I was not myself. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but aside from kind of the responsibilities I had while I was there, I was not expecting my energy to be so low and all over the place. I was really excited to go back after 10 years, and it was so amazing to see family and spend time with my 92-year-old grandmother. Oh my god. I had zero vitality, IBS out the wazoo. It was honestly like Kuala Lumpur wanted to spit me out. I cannot describe how off I felt, which was so unfortunate. That being said, it is as beautiful as ever, and the sights and the smells and the familiarity. I wanted to share some of those kind of little moments of magic from my trip. So I'm going to end the vlog sharing clips with sound on, because I think the sound on from places, especially when you're traveling, it's really sensory and immerse you in the world, as opposed to just putting kind of like catchy pop vlog music on top. So that's how I'm going to end the vlog. Enjoy, and I will see you all very soon. I'm looking at you, the person who's been here more than once and still hasn't subscribed. Just hit the button before you go. Follow me on Instagram if you feel like it, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Bye. In the vlog as well.
Yes.
Look who I have.
Hi everyone. I'm so honored to meet Tara.
Come on, I'm honored to meet you. If you don't know Jay, you should. I will link his YouTube below. But like, Jay, synopsis. Give people your bio.
Okay, synopsis. I'm a travel blogger. Traveled the world the last 5 years. I go to misunderstood countries and show the best of the people, the best of the food, best of the culture, and try and just show people that we're all the same. We're just different fonts, right?
Different fonts. I taught him that.
The best phrase ever.
But he does the most incredible educational and like eye-opening content. Love a Palestine supporter also.
Yes. Can I also just say, Tara, many of you watching will know this, but she is one of the most positive, warm and kind people you can meet in person. I'm so honored.
I paid him to say that.
$50, please.
No, Jay is the same. He's like such a like lovely person. We've just had like the biggest natter for the last, hour and a half.
Hours, yeah.
And now we're rushing away because he's jet setting. He's jet setting
off
again. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of him. He's a very kind, lovely soul, and you should all give him a follow. I mean, not that he needs the extra followers. He's like huge. Oh, wowee.
I don't know
Go on, knock.
Tapi dia ambil, nanti dia ambil.
Tak ni dia tak ni senang terjatuh.
Oh.
Dia tu tak ada cover.
And
Okay.
yes, bit of flour, not so much of the ribbon one.